Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm in the middle of a new morning routine right now, and I'm struggling. Trying to make this video. I've tried to start it many times. And I wanted to make doing a video part of my morning routine. And I have a set morning routine that I've been doing for a long time, but things have changed and my kids went back to school instead of being homeschooled, and so our mornings are much different on the mornings that I have them. And so I'm being forced to do things differently. It's kind of thrown me for a loop. So, but I was getting the message the other day that, everything happens for a reason, that's for a reason, that I need to adapt to it. And adapting a new morning routine is super important right now going into the winter anyway. For maximizing your mental health when there is less natural light. So that's what I'm doing. And I saw a couple of videos. People are doing the Andrew Huberman method. If you don't know who he is, he's a neuroscientist and professor at Stanford. Look it up. Look up his podcast. He's got really amazing information on there. But people are doing his morning routine to see the benefits in productivity and mental stamina and so I decided to add a couple of the things onto my routine that he suggests, and so I'm in the middle of that right now. I'm just going to tell you, I'm having a really hard time with it. It's only day one. But the order that he does things, it's like getting work done before coffee. He suggests a 90-minute time period of work before you have your coffee, before working out. And for me, I did go for a walk first thing in the morning and I get out in the light. That was not enough movement, I think, for me to be able to tune into this energy. Maybe, I don't know, trying it out. But the cards that came out already are speaking to this whole thing, speaking to this. Honoring your body, taking care of your body, setting yourself off on a path of taking care of me, my mental health, really taking the effort to figure out what works. Some things work, some things don't work. And some of these videos that I watched, they were like, these are the things that he lists, and this is the order that he lists them, that you should do them, and I'm going to do this, but I'm definitely not going to do that. That gave me no benefits at all, and I didn't see any increase, or it was actually made it worse for me, so I'm going to remove that, but I am going to keep this, and this, and crafting what works for you, but something new, and challenging yourself to take care of yourself in a new way. One of the first things that he has you do is drink a cup of water first thing in the morning, as soon as you get up, with salt in it. Which is not ridiculous. It's not unheard of. But, oh my God, it's the worst. I couldn't even drink the whole thing. I'm like, I'm going to do this every morning? Jeez. But, I mean, I'm a warrior like that. I try new things. If it works, sometimes it gets easier. Sure, it gets easier. So sometimes we have to challenge ourselves. The two cards that came out, and there's one on the floor over there that I'm going to have to get to. The honoring path and increase. So one of my biggest goals is increasing my abundance. Not only the way I feel, but literally money. I need to figure out, and I've been trying to figure out my path to abundance when it comes to personal wealth, being able to pay my bills, the consistent flow of that. I mean, everybody is. So what they're telling me is there are jewels, and they're talking about jewels in your body. Your body is a jewel, but honoring your body and stepping onto a path of really taking care of your body mind, soul is what I hear, body, mind, and soul, is leading you towards increase. It is leading you towards all the things that you want. Things are moving up. Things are increasing in your life. They already are. And so as we go into what looks to be a decrease in the light, in order to increase the light and abundance in your life, there are things that you can be doing with your physical body, taking care of your body itself. And they're just really focusing on the physical body. I just heard strength training, strengthening your muscles is really important right now, to processing energy in a new way for you. That's what's going to increase your, I just heard productivity too. Okay, the other card that's on the floor, I'm going to get it, hang on. It went all the way down underneath my desk. Joyous fun. Look at these three cards. I mean, they're amazing. Path to success. Whatever it is that you're searching for right now. I'm hearing that you're already on that path. You're already on it. You're already searching. You're already, like, you can feel yourself being pulled in like a tractor beam to this path. There is such a desire in you to get it figured out and to move forward, to really, really move forward in a new way. These goals that you've set for yourself, you're already on the path to it. I think what you have to look at is all the things that you've accomplished and where you are right now, and the goals that you set for yourself to get to where you are right now. I'm feeling like part of the message is that you're so focused on these goals ahead of you and what else you want to have based off of what you don't have right now, that you're not noticing what you do have right now, and the fact that what you do have and what you are and what you're doing, not even just what you have, like money or things or people or whatever, but experiences, and I mean, even just your growth as a person and where you are in your life right now, it's based off of goals that you set for yourself a while back. Like where you are right now is where you wanted to be a year ago. So the very first thing that you need to do is really honor that. What they're telling me to do is go back and look at, and I did actually, it may have been even a year ago, like look back at one of my videos from a year ago, and look at the difference between how I was then, how I appeared then, like what I looked like, and compare it to now. Oh, that's funny. I've got this list of goals to empower here, that I started in one of my Reiki master classes, and we were all sending energy to these list of goals for ourselves and for the other people in the group too. And I go back to it periodically. I just pulled it out the other day. And one of the things on here, one of the goals that I wanted to empower, and this was 10/22/22, so almost a year ago. It's funny how these messages come through. One of them is to find more self-confidence, lose a little bit of weight, and to, where is it? Find a consistent workout routine, exercise strengthening routine that I like and that I can keep up with. Back in May this year, I started lifting weights a little bit and working with kettlebells, which are different than the other weights, and doing kettlebell swings. And I love it. I really love it. And I do it almost every single day, every other day. And I've lost weight from it, and I have more toned muscles, and I just feel stronger. So where were you a year ago? What goals did you set for yourself a year ago? Like, okay, I want to check these things off now because I did these things. I manifested those things, and sending energy and thoughts to these goals, and the other people in my group that were sending it to this too, works. It works. Look where I am now. Instead of like, oh, I'm not where I want to be right now. But you are where you wanted to be on your path of growth from a year ago. So that's what they're wanting you to do right now, is honor where you are. Honor where you are based off of where you were a year ago. And I mean, they're being pretty specific about it, like a year ago. Find a picture of yourself. Find like something that you wrote, like a journal. If you journal, go back to your journal a year ago. And really start to look at what you've accomplished and where you are now. And like check it off that list. Honor yourself. I did that. 11/11 on my recording. Honor the increase that's already happened. Instead of paying attention to what you don't have. What I look at is my bank account right now, and how low it is, and how much money I have to pay for my credit card today that I don't have. So this is one of the tools. This is one of the tricks to coming out of lack, not paying attention to what is that you don't have, what is that you lack, what is that I do have, and how much of that I asked for. I asked for that. I asked for exactly where I am and who I am right now. A year ago, it's like I was striving to be this a year ago. And allow yourself to have a little bit of fun with it. Let yourself have fun. So part of what has brought me into this place and given me this like light is I started playing softball at the beginning of the summer too. And that's part of why I was really working out too, because I wanted to be able to be in shape for it, because I haven't done it in so long. But it was so fun. It was just so fun. It was so fun to be active and back out there on the field again. And it was a social league, and I was like, love all the people that I played with and stuff like that. So now that it's over, I find myself kind of like, wah, wah. But realizing how fun that was and how I need to add in another thing, add in another fun thing. And for me, it's sports. So it may be volleyball, it may be bowling, it may be, who knows, something. But consciously adding that in and recognizing how fun is feeding my goals. It's feeding them. So where is the fun in your life? Where is the fun, the joyful, spirited, childlike energy in your life? Has it become weighed down by responsibilities? And, we come out of the summertime and into school time, and there's this just collective energy of people who got to be out in the sun all day long, and now they're cooped up in school, or now they're, they don't have any vacations planned because everybody plans their vacations in the summer, and so they're just going to work and going about their daily business, and it's the flow of it and the spirit is not there the way that it is in summertime. So you have to create it, though. You got to create it. You have to facilitate experiences for yourself that don't come quite as easy as they do in the summertime, where you just step outside in the sun and feel good and feel fun and feel free and feel flowing. In the summer, where in the winter it's like I have to set up and arrange like get-togethers or activities that take a little bit more effort. So your routine, first thing in the morning, is going to be, it's going to take a little bit more effort, But I think when you get used to it, you're actually going to see the benefit in how the other things in your life that would normally take so much effort, it's not going to be as hard as it is. So going to work, or getting your work done, or doing your work, or coming on here and doing a video is not going to feel as hard as it did before, because you've shifted something first thing. That routine takes a little bit more effort, but the thing over here that took more effort is not going to feel as hard. I hope that makes sense. Okay? Some of you really need to commit to this. It just takes a certain level of commitment that I am going to do this for a certain number of days. So commit to 3. I just see the 3 on here. So 3 weeks. Do it for 3 weeks. The same morning routine for 3 weeks. I wrote down a list, or I'm getting ready to. It's on my list of things to do, actually. Just write down my morning routine by the time. That way I can keep myself accountable. The days that I have my girls and the days that I don't have my girls. Because on the days that I have my girls, we have to wake up a little bit earlier, and I got to run them to school right away. So the things that I do when I wake up on the days I don't have them, it's going to shift. But I need to still be doing those same things. Just that the timing of it is going to be a little bit different. So it has to be more intentional scheduling and time management. So that's part of what's coming in for you too, is more intentional time management. And if you're like me and you got this ADD brain, time management is not our strong suit, right? But I feel the motivation towards that and the way that it's going to help our ADD brains to function in a better way throughout the day. Okay? So if you have any questions about that, or you want to know like what my routine is or what I've decided to start doing, just send me a message or comment down below. But I just saw the decrease card in here. There's something about the water in here, though. Something about the water in this picture. Oh. Okay. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday about water increasing right now. And water, to me, is very feminine energy. It's flowing. It's intuitive. Water, to me, represents the feminine. So if the feminine is speaking, we've got an increase here and we've got decrease here. So it's almost like what we have going on. We had the equinox this weekend. And so there's the balance between light and day. And I see masculine and feminine, like the balance between polarities, whatever kind of polarity it is that you're talking about. We come to a point where it's in balance, and we're going into a time period where they will start to come out of balance just a little bit, but we can adapt to that. We can adapt ourselves knowing that that's happening, that there will be this incoming kind of decrease in feminine energy a little bit and an increase in masculine energy. They are both still, they're not, as long as we can recognize that and adapt to supporting that, it doesn't feel like an imbalance, though, like it's a distorted imbalance. It's almost like the natural cycles of life. They are going to go like this. They are going to go like this. Sometimes masculine is a little bit more dominant in your field, and sometimes the feminine is. And it's this shifting back and forth like this, and then it comes into balance as it swings through. It's almost like a pendulum, I see. I just see this. It keeps going like this. This is the natural rhythm of masculine and feminine, the way that they interplay with each other. And even in like relationships too, like that's how it's going to be. There's going to be some times where the masculine energy is a little bit, and I don't really want to say dominant, but just more either stronger or more balanced or more flowing, more aligned than the feminine is, and he starts to lead a little bit more, and she just allows him to do that because he's in that energy, and she follows, and it's okay. It's not imbalanced. It's the natural flow of it. And then there are some times where the feminine energy steps forward, and intuition and emotion, and I just heard artistry. I don't know why that's labeled as a feminine energy, but kind of steps up and takes the lead. So there's less doing and there's more being. There are time periods, maybe this cycle of the year that we're talking about, There's time periods where we need to spend more time just being and less doing. Being is the feminine, doing is the masculine. And so these cycles, they're not out of balance. They are just doing what they do. So honoring that, knowing that we're coming into a place of minimum, I just heard, where the sun is at a minimum. The feminine energy right now is decreasing just a little bit, and the masculine energy is increasing just a little bit, and then it's going to swing back around again. That's what I'm seeing with these two cards here. The decrease I'm also seeing connected to the decrease in light coming, like being exposed to less light in the winter time. And so mental and emotional health is so important to be really intentional about. We have to be more intentional about it. And more intentional with what we're putting into our body, the way that we're honoring our body and taking care of it, supplementing it with other things and other routines and other ways of being, when there is more of a lack of that coming from the natural world. So one of the things that's on the list that I've started doing is ice baths and cold exposure. One of the things that I hate most, that depresses me most about the wintertime, is being cold. I hate being cold. Just the tension, my body is tense for months and months and I can never get warm. And cold exposure therapy is meant to acclimate you, where cold it's not such a shock to your system. You actually get used to it more. And there are many other benefits to cold exposure, whether it's just going out in the cold or it's taking a cold shower, or it's actually like really cold exposure, like an ice bath to decrease inflammation in your body and things like that. But it's like training your body, training your mind to, when it goes into that fight or flight or freeze mode from being very, very cold, you're able to acclimate and master your mind and your thoughts and your body's physiological reaction sooner than you would before. And you don't stay in a sustained state of freeze because your mind starts to take over a little bit. And you can overcome those natural reactions too. So doing that now before it gets really, really cold outside, they're showing me is going to have such a benefit on my mental health. And when I do that, I kind of cocoon and I go into this, like, I just don't feel like doing anything. And my whole energy body, the flow of it slows down. So mastering that, honoring that, and shifting that routine is so important right now. Okay? All right. I don't want to make this too long, but on the bottom here is this card. I just noticed it on the bottom, this present power. This is a really important step in shifting your consciousness into like consciously creating your life too. Creating abundance for yourself. And abundance as in joy and happiness too. Sometimes we have to choose happiness. We have to create our own happiness. And for me, when it's a physical reaction to the elements, cold, I don't know that I ever thought before that I could master the cold. Like I'm just trying to change it. I'm just trying to get warm instead of trying to acclimate to and get used to the cold. I just resented it. I just resented it. Couldn't wait for it to be over. There's a lot of power in mastering that experiences, your own experiences. I'm also seeing the lion and the tiger on here. And I know that there's a Leo full moon coming up. So you might want to just tune into that a little bit. I'm pretty sure it's this week. I can't remember. Look that up. There's additional messages in that for you. Okay? All right. I hope this was helpful. And I will be back on here tomorrow again. I got to stick with this for at least 3 weeks. So hopefully, I'm going to try just stick with it and bring you guys a message every single morning. Okay? Love you guys.